My ever-faithful companion, Dark Magician!
Welcome along, fellow Dark Magician enthusiasts, to another deck profile. And oh my god, this was actually, against Stardust, fastest cog ever. Like, first stream we got to Legend Rank 1, and this stream, boom, cog, amazing. Like, it only took, how many runs was it? 2 win streaks. It was 2 win streaks, it took. Took us 2 win streaks, oh my god. Really, really good. And unfortunately, well, fortunately for me, I won, but my opponent was Blue Eyes as the rank up match. They disconnected. Props to you, sir. I knew you were gonna combo hard, and I wanted to play through that. Oh, that would have been so good. But anyway, we got Cog in this meta, and we did use the Ivy Night Dragon. You're not slick. This is the same stream. No. So I did a stream yesterday for anyone watching the deck profile. I did one stream of the day of this recording yesterday, and another stream today. So this is stream 2 of my Cog climb. Usually it takes me like 3 or 4 against Stardust, but it only took me 2. Not bad. So using this skill because people are starting to play Zombie World in protest of the Stardust meta, and this has no summoning restrictions whatsoever. So it plays through Zombie World without a care. Any deck that, like, you know, changes your monster types and that, DM doesn't care. We just play through it. And I will say, the buff to this skill is amazing. Now, the text here is incorrect because they haven't updated it yet. But if you just take away Dragon Monster, so if you control DM, you get to play DMG to your field. And it has come up. I had my opponent in one game, I got trolled, but I was able to use souls to summon DM and then trigger the second effect. And it still worked out well. Worked out really, really well. Or was it? No. Yeah. So they used Droll and they used Veiler on Tamias, but I still was able to, like, you know, get DM onto the field, summon DMG, grab the eye Tamias. It's a good buff. Very good buff. That, like, just helps this deck out a bit more. Honestly, I think a better buff would have been to play Tamias from deck, or, like, you know, reveal DM or Tamias, one of the two. That would have been a much better buff, but Konami be Konami, I guess. But oh well, it is what it is. So, for the actual cards we use, for consistency, we have 3 Illusion of Chaos, 3 Tamias, 3 Prep, and a new addition to the deck that I decided to try out, Senju of the Thousand Hands. You know, you normal summon it, you can add any ritual monster, so if you normal summon Senju, you get Illusion of Chaos. And then Illusion of Chaos gets you into Tamias. If you don't have Senju, but you have Manju of the 10,000 Hands, this works as well. So you can play either. It doesn't really matter. As long as you can add Illusion of Chaos, you can get your combo started. It does take away your Rod normal summon, but hey, Rod on its own doesn't normally, you know, start full combo with this skill. So that's why Senju is a really decent normal summon. Very, very decent. Plus, if you're playing a deck that doesn't really focus on using Rod that much, you can just play multiple copies of Senju or Manju, and you got more consistency. It's very nice. But yeah, very, very good stuff there. And of course, we have the 1 DMG. You have to play 1 DMG. You can't skip this card. And I wouldn't play more than 1. Don't need more than 1. 1's enough. For hand traps of choice, I used Ghost Spell and DD Crow. Now, I understand Ghost Spell is locked to a selection box. Yes, it really sucks. I wish a lot of people had access to this card. It is so good against Stardust and many other decks too. It's a very, very good card to run. I'm very fortunate that I have 3 copies already. I don't need to worry about getting more. But yeah, it is unfortunate that people cannot get the card until the selection boxes come back, which hopefully the selection boxes come back at the end of this month, or maybe even next month. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, I guess. And DD Crow as well is really good. Your opponent activates Stardust Synchron from the graveyard. You just go, okay, Crow. and just banish it. You know, slows down their combo a lot, or even sometimes completely stops it. Very good card. What was I going to say? Yeah, it does help stop a lot of other decks as well. In some Valmonica matchups, you can... Like, Valmonica... Yeah, I am losing my... I can't speak English, guys. Can't speak English. Anyway, against Valmonica, there are some cards you can banish to stop certain effects. So it does work somewhat against Valmonica. Against a bunch of other decks, Sword Soul, Resonator... what else did I use DD Crow on? I used it on a bunch of other decks, but I've lost my train of thought. But anyway, Crow's good. Use Crow. Very good in this format. I only have the one Rod. Don't need more than one, because Rod on its own is not a starter. You don't really want to draw too many copies of this. If you do draw it with Tomice, that's good. But if you draw it without Tomice, then it's not really going to do you any favors, to be honest. So that's why we put Rod to 1. Now, Souls, on the other hand, I did only run 1 Souls, but you can bump this up to like 2 or 3 because Souls summoning DM lets you use the second effect. So if you happen to brick, but you have Souls in hand, you can still get something of value onto the field. So I would honestly, like if you want to run more than 1, go for it. Like, it's a good way to recover. It's a good way to, like, you know, persist through, like, or push through, sorry, not persist. Yeah, push through your opponent's interruptions and still set up some kind of board. No? Don't sleep on this card. This is good. And then for the Ultimate Wizard, we have 2 copies of the Ultimate Wizard. 2 has always been my go-to for the Ivy Night Dragon. It's a good mix. Like, you need enough DM so you don't instantly lose the game once you have no more access to it. But you also don't want too many so that you don't draw into it too much. It's like, yes, it is good if you have DM in hand, but because we depend on Tomice so much, you don't want to be drawing multiple copies of this card. DM based, hey, he's the Ultimate Wizard. He's got aura. I can't deny that, but just gotta run 2 with this build, pretty much. For the Spell Trap lineup, we do have 1 Salvation, which is vital to the IP Masquerena combo that we're playing. 2 Soul Servant for our Draw and Recovery. 2 is a very good number. If you have a UR Dream ticket, try and get this card if you can. It's definitely good to have multiple copies of this card. 3 Droplet is my board breaker of choice. I didn't particularly want to use Book of Eclipse for some odd reason. I'm not sure why. But I did feel like Droplet was a bit better at breaking certain boards. Like, there was one match I had against Valmonica where I was able to negate the monster that, you know, stops their stuff from being destroyed, use Dark Magic Attack, and their entire field blew up. Very, very satisfying. So use Droplet if you can. I'd say a bit better than Book of Eclipse because it has more application. But Book of Eclipse is still very good if you're able to, like, you know, double Book of Eclipse a Stardust field and they've got, like, you know, no more monsters. You know? It's an option. We have 1 copy of Secrets. You know, gotta have a backup plan for fusions. If Tomice gets negated and you can add Secrets, you gotta have a backup plan there. Plus, it's good, like, you know, just for going second and all that. Good stuff. 1 Circle. I only need the 1. Don't need more than 1. We can search it. It's very searchable, very easy. And we're never going to have more than 1 on the field at a time anyway. Dark Magic Attack in the deck, of course. I love this card so much. It's paid off so well in so many games where, like, you know, you have DM on field, and if they don't expect it, you just go play Tomias, add whatever, and then Dark Magic Attack, and then they can't respond until you activate it. It works really well against Destiny Heroes specifically because you can't target any of their cards if Plasma and D-Force are both on the field. So if you can pop their entire back row, they can't really do much. They can't really do much to stop you from doing all other stuff. You know, good to use. Combination makes a comeback in this deck. I haven't used this in many months, and man, it's very nice. It is very, very nice to set up in this combo or in this deck because we use Salvation. We get, like, you know, DMG onto the field. You got combination set. Very, very nice. Plus, if it's sent to the graveyard after being face up, you know, pop any card on the field. Some good removal there. You can send it with Tomias. You can send it with Droplet. You can even send it with souls. You know, it's a good card to use, and I did quite like using it. It helped me out a lot in this meta. Helped me out quite a lot. And then for the last trap, we have Eternal Soul. Heart and soul of this deck. We live by one Eternal Soul and we die by one Eternal Soul. If this card leaves the field, like that's that part of the game plan gone, and you have to revert to using souls and other cards to try and, like, you know, stay in the duel. But yeah, I only need the one. Don't need more than one because we can search it so easily, and there's no real point having two or three. For the extra deck lineup, the fusion monsters haven't really changed at all. We still have Dragoon, love Dragoon, DM the Dragon Knight, heart and soul of this deck. We have Master of Chaos, really good at wiping the entire field. And the Dark Magicians for our fusion lineup for drawing cards. Plus, like, if you got no other options, you know, use DMG and the Optimize to make this. Try and draw them starters and start your combos off that way. Plus, if it happens to be popped by, like, Satellite Warrior, for example, you can just recover. Very, very nice. We still use Chaos Angel. I love Chaos Angel. It's just got so much utility in DM. Yeah, just a lot of utility in DM. It's very easy to make. Use Rod and DM. Treat one of them as a tuner, and you've got a banish already with 3,500 attack as well. And it beats over a lot of monsters. It can out a lot of fields just by itself with its attack. So it's nice to have a really big beater besides the regular 3,000 that our big three fusions have. We have Typhon, which is yet another selection box only card. This is such a good card. I really hope Konami bring the selection boxes out soon. You know, it'd be very good to, like, you know, for people to, like, get their hands on this card, because it's so nice at, like, you know, cleaning up. You've done all your combos. You try to push through your opponent's entire field. So Typhon is your last resort. Use it and try and bounce a monster on the field. It's very, very good. And hopefully Konami put it in a main box soon, or just bring the selection boxes back. Bring them back, and everyone can get access to this card. It's such a good card. Get it as soon as you're able to. For our Link monsters, we have Nightmare Unicorn. Very good generic removal. You know, target any card on the field, shuffle it into the deck. We have Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. Not many people expect this card, and when it shows up, it's hilarious. It is very, very funny when Underworld Goddess shows up. Very, very good card. Don't skip out on it. And to tie it all together, IP Masquerena. Like, this card is so good, and is what make and IP alone makes Underworld Goddess and Nightmare Unicorn really, really good monsters to use during your opponent's turn. You can make Underworld Goddess during your opponent's turn, you're probably going to body their entire field, potentially. And Nightmare Unicorn, just for additional interruption, you know, it's very, very nice. Very, very lovely. But yeah, that is about it for the deck profile. The meta itself, I did face quite a lot of Stardust, and I did get my ass kicked quite a number of times, but Ghost Spell, DD Crow, and Droplet helped out so much. Helped out a lot. The meta did feel a bit more diverse than how it did previously, even though it's only like within the first week and a half of the meta. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Like, there's no Necro Valley. I didn't actually see any Stardust players using Zombie World, surprisingly. But that is a real thing. There were a bunch of zombie decks, however, so that is going to be troublesome for any DM players that are using Master of the Dark and Chaos. Yeah, even though Stardust is undisputably the best deck in the game right now, and like it's just absolutely destroying tournaments right now, this climb wasn't that bad. Not bad at all. Where's Beaver Warrior? Damn, I'm a fraud for not using Beaver Warrior. Oof. Anyway, anyway, jokes aside. Yeah, not really a whole lot to comment. Oh, Lava Golem in Sphere mode. I know it showed up quite a lot in some decks, but I didn't really have that many Lava Golems or Sphere modes used against me. I didn't ever use a single Sphere mode used against me at all, actually. But Lava Golems and Kaijus are running a little bit around here and there, so you do to keep an eye on that. But yeah, I think that's really about it. I'm still going to be formulating what I'm going to be doing for next month. But yeah, with that all being said, thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.